Okay, welcome back. Here's an interesting one. Thought you guys would enjoy this one. A customer called yesterday and said they went into the storage barn to grab their floater tires for their row crop sprayer. Floater tires are usually wider than the skinny ones that are on sprayers. We run these in the springtime on like new seeding or anywhere you don't want to leave marks. And then once the crops get bigger, then you put your skinny tires back on to drive between rows. But anyway, this customer called and said they went in the barn, scooped up the pallet, which had 4 tires, this tire and 3 more stacked up on a pallet. And when he was carrying across the driveway, the frozen, icy driveway, the pallet broke. And as soon as the pallet broke, he heard a very loud rush of air. Long story short, when the pallet broke, the fork from the skid steer went through the sidewall. So I said, bring it to me and let's check it out. So here it is. This is an Alliance Farm Pro 2, 20.838, or metric size would be 520/80, 538. And here's our injury. Where is it? Right here. Here's our injury. If you look, it's actually quite long. It's probably a little bigger than 4 of my fingers, so about a 4-inch injury or so. But most people would think that is actually junk, but it's actually not that bad. It's almost in the perfect spot. And what we'll do is we'll send this tire out and we'll get it vulcanized. And the way they do vulcanizing is they'll actually remove all the rubber out of this injury, kind of make like a bowl. I'm no expert and I've never done it, but I've talked to my guy enough times that does it. They'll actually remove all this rubber out of here, leaving behind the belting, leaving behind the cords, and then they'll just fill in brand new rubber, and then they'll cure it in kind of like a sandwich maker thing. They'll put a big clamp on here and put heat to it and re-cure it, and then he glues a big patch on the inside. So some of the rules for getting it vulcanized, it needs to be cut this way because this is the direction. This is the direction of the cords. The cords run from bead to tread, from bead to bead to bead like this. So if you can imagine these cords, it looks like maybe he only damaged 1 or 2 of them. The cords are the frame of the tire, so the frame of this tire has not been damaged that bad. Had this cut gone this way, that means he would have damaged a whole pile of cords, and then this whole part of the tire would not be held secure to the bead, making the tire junk. So an injury that goes this way, no problem. An injury that goes this way would be detrimental. That would be bad. And by the way, this only applies to radial tires. Bias tires, because they're made in layers, it's a little bit different. A little harder to fix a hole like that, I think. We don't do too much with bias, but bias tires are cheap enough. If you cut one that bad, you just throw it out and put a new one on. But this radial tire is probably a couple $1,000, I would guess, and it's only a few $100 to get it fixed. So definitely a way to go. Injuries that are real close to the bead cannot be repaired because the big patch that goes on the inside has to overlap enough rubber to cure. So if it was cut down here by the bead, the patch wouldn't work. And not only that, but the sidewall, the way it wraps around that bead rope, the cable that's in there, if you damage it there, you're just asking for a zipper. So we don't normally recommend, we don't traditionally repair tires that are damaged down here by the beads. It has to be up here. Shoulders are a little tough because it's hard to get in the corner, and holes in the tread are even easier to fix because there's not much flex. So I believe this tire will be a good one to get vulcanized. So when we get caught up here today, I'll have my guys clamp this thing in the tire machine and we'll peel that off of there, and we'll send it over and get it vulcanized. Okay, quick update. This is the sprayer tire, and as you can see, slight change of plans. I'm on my way to deliver this. I just stopped to tighten the strap up, and I forgot that I didn't video this, but slight change of plans. We've decided to put a new tire on this sprayer. A couple of things come into play. The guys at the Vulcanized shop are a little behind. It's getting really warm here really fast. Spring is going to show up in a hurry, and these guys really want to get spraying. So they were getting nervous about how long it was taking. They were also a little uneasy about the repair. I've had many tires repaired, and they have not had many repaired. So on this particular machine, they say it's kind of sketchy anyway. So they were fine with just going with a new tire. So the tire that's being vulcanized will not go to waste. We'll use that somewhere, but it will not be put on the sprayer. The other thing too is that particular tire that we had was only a load index 155, and that's commonly used on a tractor. Sprayers usually have higher load indexes, so I hunted around, and the exact same tire from Alliance is available in a 169, which is more appropriate for sprayers. So the fact that it was light duty, it was going to have a repair, and it was taking a little longer than what they were comfortable with, they said, you know what, just put a new one on. So yesterday I got a tire quite quickly. We put the new one on, and I'm on my way to deliver it. So as soon as I get that repaired tire back, I'll show you how it turned out. But we'll probably put that tire on a tractor somewhere, but you won't see that one on the sprayer. No big deal. We'll deliver this new one, and as soon as I get that one back, I'll show it to you guys. Okay, here's our tire back from being vulcanized, and actually happened to be sitting right in the sunshine. You can see inside the large patch that they put on. They always go, you know, a good 4 or 5 inches all the way around the actual injury. So if you remember, that injury in there was only what, 4 inches long or so, and that patch there is a foot long by a good 10 inches wide. So they always put a super huge patch on the inside. And then on the outside, this is kind of in the shade over here, but you can kind of see the spot where they buffed it off. You can see the lettering is missing here, but see this spot here. This spot here, they actually made a dish out of this, filled that in full of rubber. There's mud on it because it got flopped in the driveway, but they laid all brand new rubber in there, and it's kind of an art form. They buffed that off to make it as if you can't see it. They did a really good job. So this turned out good. Unfortunately, it didn't get put on the sprayer, but a 520 85 38 tire, very common. I sell tons of these, and people call me every day looking for used tires this size. This is a 20.8 38, so I will have no problem selling this. So I'll probably just buy it from the farmer, and I'll leave it here for sale, and probably within a couple of weeks, this thing will be sold. So anyway, let's check this one off the list. The sprayer is actually in the field today because it's like 70 out, and everybody's happy. So on to the next one.